What's good, y'all? It's your boy, the Handsome Man, Fat Joe. Everything I say in this is allegedly, but reading some of that paperwork from Fat Joe's lawsuit, it looked like a combination of Big U and Diddy. Let's start with the Big U aspect. Muscle on the streets, enforcing the law of the land. Pistol Pete gets mentioned. Pistol Pete been around for years. KAR, Kill All Rats, you already know. If you're from the East Coast, you're very familiar. But Pistol Pete was even with Big U on that video where he was responding to all the backlash about Nipsey, DJ Khaled, all this other type of stuff. So Pistol Pete connected to both situations, not in any type of criminal way. I don't mean to give that impression, but just the coincidence of it. But Pistol Pete on the phone with Percy talking about lining up TA. Percy saying, that's not my jacket. I don't do that. If y'all want to get him, y'all make your own arrangements. Pistol Pete telling him, listen, man, he in the car with you all the time. You can at least tell us where he is. Percy like, nah, man, I don't want no parts of that, man. I'm loyal to Joe to a fault, but I'm not getting involved in any setups, man. I ain't doing the back door. And I respect that, because if you willing to do that, it can happen to you. It can happen to you even if you don't do that. But you got to stand on something, right? But for Pistol Pete to be running down how many things he done did on the streets and situations when they was beefing with 50 and to be on a recorded line, that's all like Big U. One thing I can say for Diddy, I don't know. I know there's videos and stuff, but I don't know if there's phone calls. There's text messages, I know that. But to be on that wire is crazy. So Pistol Pete on that wire, I don't know if they got Joe on there. I gotta look and see, but Pistol Pete on that wire, that's like the Big U situations. Also, too, to have a different public persona, like you for the Bronx, you for positive, you change your life around. You ain't about that no more. You got a podcast with Jada Kiss, Top 5 Dead or Alive Jada, and I warmed up to it because I'm fans of Jada. And Joe, I just respect what he's done in the game, even though, you know, the whole Big Pun situation didn't seem like that was above board, but especially according to Pun's son and Pun's wife, Lisa Rios. But who knows, man? You know, depends on what side you fall on with that. But I respect what he's done in the game. To be in anything for 3 decades and still be relevant and have your name ringing that's a shout out to him, man. But to be doing all that, plus you got other business ventures, right? You too visible, you a known person, and to have all this underworld activity going like it's the 90s, back when Terror Squad was really, you know, not the, well, apparently according to this paperwork, they still doing their thing. But, you know, decades ago, it was no question about TS at all. But to still have that going on is unbelievable. So that's the Big U comparison. Then you got the other thing where the TA dude is saying he was forced and coerced into certain acts, and Joe watching, taking notes. That sounds like Diddy. So Big U, since the 80s, has been known for being what he is. Diddy, since the 90s, has been known for being what he is behind closed doors. And then you combine it and you get Joey Crack looking for the wrong crack. To me, not that there's a right crack, right? But this is unbelievable. So we don't know if the podcast is going to survive. We don't know if the Fed's going to look at this just like they did the Diddy Cassie civil, and he tried to settle that, and people thought he delayed on settling that, but apparently he settled that like immediately. Maybe they mean before it even got submitted. You know what I mean? With the prior conversations. But as soon as it hit paper, you know, he paid it off. But still, the feds was like, yo, we can't have this going on. They got Rico written all over it. They used the word enterprise several times in the Fat Joe lawsuit. And when they throw that enterprise word around, you know you cook. You know it's going to be a long fight. You know what I'm saying? Joe had other problems with the law, but that was taxes and things like that. And I believe he made good on that. But that still means you on their list, you on their radar. You never off after you on. And to survive all them years of the hip hop cops and all that, and then make it to 2025, you middle aged, you done lived and learned, you done seen a lot of things, and to still be involved, that's almost like an addiction, man. Psychological mind frame or outlook or perspective type of addiction. You know what I mean? So I don't know where this gonna go. Like 20 mil, like it's out there now. Like you could have settled it. And here's the other thing too. I'm sorry I forgot to mention, but Joe actually filed a suit first. This is a countersuit. So Joe was the one that filed saying he was getting extorted based on things he didn't do. Now what's confusing to me is extortion only works if you actually did it and there's proof. If you didn't do it, extort me, try. There's no paper trail, there's no breadcrumbs, there's no tapes, there's no wire, there's no nothing, because I ain't do it. There's no evidence. So for him to initiate as though that was gonna quiet this dude down, I think he underestimated. And now whether Joe is really getting extorted or not, all these other things that have nothing to do with that is getting brought to the light. And the public, the PR is going to be terrible. Like, you know what I mean? People are having a field day with this. And he was already in hot water with the FBA people crossing that line between black, Puerto Rican, this and that. He been on interviews saying I'm black. He ain't black. Like, come on, dog. You seen Joe's childhood pictures, man? I'm just saying. Listen. And that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother time. He melanated, but black is black. And Puerto Rican's Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like, leave it there. We both people of color, leave it. You know what I mean? But he been crossing that line, pissing off the FBAs when he was on Math Show and making some crazy comments about starting hip hop and this and that. So I don't know, Joe. We'll see where it go from here, man. You gotta flow, Joe. You gotta go, Joe. You better know, Joe. Yeah. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Del the Answer. We out.